Leftcurv video thoughts about Ethereum. Pros: Ethereum is blue. I like the color blue. It's really chill, calm, peaceful, some would say. Um, it's got the narrative because of the ETF. That's a decentralized app store. Oops, I'm supposed to draw highlighters. It's blue. Decentralized app store, ETF. Yeah, so it's got the narrative of, not like the narrative, it's being classified as a decentralized app store, in which you can build any type of software for Wall Street, which is pretty sweet. I think that makes a lot of sense. It'll be cool to see how decentralized software meets like physical goods. Say if you want to like tokenize a car or something, you can tokenize your old Jetta or something like that. Becomes an NFT on a blockchain. How is that like matched? I don't know. I'm sure someone can figure that out if that is how things tend to go. Um, I think ETH is more so ultrasound money. Like it actually makes sense to me. I think, but like I don't know much. So ultrasound money. So I think it's because ETH can be deflationary or inflationary. Inflationary based on low network usage, and deflationary based on high network usage. And with like the deflationary aspect, the currency of Ethereum actually becomes more scarce, and in turn, if the demand is there, it should go up in value. So usually, like, I don't really understand the economics behind inflationary and deflationary assets, like or currencies, I guess you could say. But it seems that the left curve in me says that inflationary money means that things get more expensive over the course of time. Deflationary money means things get cheaper over the course of time. So if things are getting cheaper, it makes you not want to spend your money, and if things are getting more expensive, it makes you want to spend your money. So you kind of need a balance in the middle. There should be times where you need to spend your money and times where you don't need to spend your money. Kind of makes sense, like cyclical. So in that sense, low network usage or a currency, not necessarily ETH, but a currency and just the ideology that it came up with um, makes a lot of sense. Like if we had a unit, like a dollar, say, or like a unit that is inflationary and deflationary and works within our universe, then I think that makes a lot of sense, I think, because one or the other doesn't seem to make too much sense. You kind of need both, or make something else if that exists. I'm sure it does. Since the merge, it takes a lot less energy to produce, so now it's proof of stake. So that's a big pro. Um, I know there's a whole bunch of arguments about proof of stake versus proof of work. I honestly don't fully understand them. I'm sure they both have their pros and cons of each. Kind of makes sense. And the cons of Ethereum are that right now, as I'm making this video, it's Thursday, June 20th, 2024. The ecosystem is currently fragmented, so all the L2s and now L3s, but mostly all the L2s, are kind of siloed from each other. So if you want to use the app on Optimism, but you have all your funds in Arbitrum, you can't really easily do that. There's solutions being made now, which are cool, and I think there'll be solutions made in the future, which leads to the next point: slow upgrades. So decentralized operations, I think, just operate slower, from my understanding. So like the EF, the Ethereum Foundation, and all the actors that are working on the protocol across the world, like it's gonna be slower than if you had a centralized operation, something like I think Solana, Cardano, or whatever the shit. Stuff like that would be able to upgrade faster. Well, Solana versus Cardano. Um, and the layer one. Okay, going back to slow upgrades. Yeah, so it's got slow upgrades. So these upgrades take months and years. They're significant when they do happen, but they do take a while. So, I mean, if you're not willing to wait for that for whatever reason, then by all means, that's fair. The layer 1 is very expensive. So layer 1 ETH is expensive when it's being used. I should have that in brackets. When it's not being used, it's still expensive, but I mean, it's not the idea to use the layer 1 unless you have enough money to and you actually want to use the layer 1. But the idea is that you're going to use the L2s and they're going to all be hooked together. So the layer 1 being expensive isn't really a con in my opinion. Unless you need to use it, then it is. So my eye is in pain, sort of. Alright, I think that's today's video. I hope it makes sense. Let me know if this video sucks or if it's great. Cool. See you next time.